Hi, I'm Tom Webster of Webster's Fitness Products. I'm here with Dr. Brett Cooper this morning to take a look at their brand new fitness center areas that they've placed into the Daniel Boone Area School District. So Brett, when you first came here to the district and saw the need for improvements in the fitness center areas, what were your initial thoughts and how did you proceed from there?
Coming back in January 2019, first thing I did when I came into this room was kind of look back at my years of high school athletics here, and it was a wrestling room turned into a weight room. I say weight room because it was your traditional free weights, and I felt like, hey, listen, we've got the shell of what we can make really a nice facility out of, and so I had some conversations with the athletic director, conversations with my cabinet administration, district administration, school board, and said, hey, I have an idea that it's going to benefit not only our athletic programs, but our health and physical education programs here in the district. And I'm always a firm believer that fitness and weight training and personal fitness is a big driver in education and educating our kids, and it's basically the crux of what kids need. You know, if kids feel good about themselves because they're exercising, academically they're going to perform better in our classrooms. They're going to perform better on our athletic fields. So we had the shell, contacted Tom. I've worked with Tom in the past, and we went to town on developing another fitness center, something he and I have done multiple times throughout my career and his career.
Actually have 3 rooms that you outfitted. Maybe address to us, the needs in each room and what you were trying to accomplish in each room.
Yeah, sure. Obviously, we took a look at this room, and it was primarily used for our athletics teams. And again, it was a weight room. It had old weight equipment that was mixed, and there wasn't any really uniformity. Although it was kept very clean, very well put together, cleaned up. Our athletics department coaches and strength coach did a great job of the upkeep on what they had, but the equipment was outdated. I think it's interesting because some of the squat racks, I believe, were some of the squat racks that were here back when I was in school in the early 1980s. So obviously it was time to upgrade them. But when we took a look at this room itself, we wanted something that could be used and accessible by all of our student population, from our student athletes to just our general student who attends school and takes part in our health and physical education programs, and we want it to be the crux of our program. So we identified this room as that crux, and we're able to have an annex room off of this that we're able to put some spin bikes to be able to do small spinning classes to cater to the needs of students who have those interests, from a cardio standpoint. The other room we did at the other end of the building, where our newer gymnasium was built in 1999, we wanted that to be more of it's a smaller version of what you see here, but I think that serves more of a therapeutic rehab room, while at the same time dual purpose, and is less invasive for those students who may not feel as comfortable using free weights or leverage equipment. It's more of the selectorized versions, and it's a way to get them in tune and used to using some weight equipment and strength training and conditioning training, while also at the same time serving rehabilitation purposes for an athletic trainer who is directly adjacent to that location. So it's utilized from that perspective as well.
And Brett, it's great to hear your roots not only in your school district here, but also your prior roots in physical education. And when we first met 25 years ago, and our philosophies matched up of being able to put in fitness centers and weight training areas and rooms in these schools that really was for all of the students, as well as the student athletes, faculty, and staff as well. And through all the rooms we've done together, and from the time we first met, you've always kept that vision in place, and you certainly did that here when you walked in these rooms and saw what needed to be done for your district here.
Well, it's kind of easy when you have somebody to work with that shares the same vision and philosophy as you do, with you, Tom, and again, I think these are our fifth facilities that we've completed together. We've worked together for 25 years. I can remember from the conference we started at, in a Health and Ed conference, where we first met at a session you were doing years ago at the PSA conference, and from that to standing right next to you when 9/11 took place when we were working on the center at Eastern Lancaster County School District, Garden Spot High School. So, I mean, there's a lot of history there between you and I, and our philosophies are very similar. And it's bottom line is we're gonna do things that's in the best interest of all of our student athletes and all of our kids that are in the respective districts that I've had the opportunity to work in, and the communities I had the opportunity to work in, and working with you. And it's great to have had an impact in so many different communities, so many different school communities, and so many different students. And you've been a part of that, and for that I thank you.
When it comes down to doing these rooms, it all comes down to financing as well, because I think every school district in the country would love to have some beautiful facilities like that, but a lot of times you have to look at the challenges that fiscally are ahead of you, and you guys did that. And we discussed some different options that you can do here. And you took a look at the financial side of it and the municipal leasing side of it, and you guys were able to implement the leasing through us, and you were able to outfit these fine facilities and be able to spread it out over a 5-year term. And I think that's something to be said moving forward. So if you want to just touch upon that for a second too.
Yeah, sure. I mean, our board of school directors have been outstanding in supporting our students, and our community's been outstanding supporting our students. And I can speak from the perspective of this district alone. I had the opportunity to come back to my roots. This school system served me very well, and gave me a lot growing up, having grown up in this community, in this school district. So, when I had the opportunity to come back here as the superintendent of schools and lead a district with a team of 9 board members and an administrative team that always had the best interests of students in mind when I was going through here. And what was interesting, Tom, is it hadn't changed. It's the same communities that just love doing things for kids and very supportive of the kids in this community and want the best for the community. And as you said, it's a balance to find and keep fiscal responsibility to your constituents in mind, while at the same time leveraging what's in the best interest of our kids. And I think we were able to do that through how we were able to fund this and finance this over the 5 years, where it's not taking a huge chunk of money up front, and it's something that's manageable that we can do over a 5-year term. And we look at all of our terms in 5-year pieces. Our facilities is 5-year planning. Our technology is 5-year planning. So everything's based on 5-year planning, and I'm a strong advocate of that model with zero-based budgeting. And I think when you take a look at 5-year planning, where you get to the next year, you drop a year off that you did and pick up the next year, you're able to fiscally manage things and provide services and points to your stakeholders that are going to be palatable for them and benefit our kids.
As you were choosing the equipment, obviously it chose the best in the business with Matrix, with both the strength and cardio and everything involved here. All the accessories, dumbbells, weights. You were able to one-stop shop, which always makes it easier. And just wanted to touch upon, you guys decided to do a little bit of customization, put a beautiful rubber floor in with your school colors. You did some of the head slip covers on the benches and the machines that just give it that school pride. And as you said earlier, when the kids came in, you know, their mouths dropped open and said, wow, you know, and as I read your words up on the wall here, accountability, discipline, relationships, respect. You talked about how these kids looked in the room and how your staff and coaches looked at the room and how they're going to take care of it and all those various aspects too. And so if you could just talk a little bit about that, and then also, you know, the installation and the service and everything it's provided as well, that would be terrific too.
The equipment is top of the line equipment, without a doubt. You know, when you take a look at what's out there and vendors and the service point that Tom offers with this equipment is just it's second to none. And you know, having the experience and working with Tom over the 25 years that I've worked with him, and it's the service point has always been that way with his company. So. But the matrix stuff that we have in here and the variety of matrix equipment, you know, I don't think you can match it anywhere in the industry. And we had the ability to customize it, and it was interesting because I had one of the staff members came in and they kind of felt the slip covers, and they were like, they looked at me like, "Oh, that's embroidered." So we had some embroidered. It wasn't a stick-on. So you know, this is top quality stuff, and you know, if you have a respectful, you know, a respectful room, and the kids are going to model how it's presented to them. And you know, our staffs, our phys ed staffs, our coaching staffs, and you know, the board was so gracious to employ a strength coach for our athletics program. So they're putting a lot of resources forward to our athletics programs, and that's a testament to their commitment to the kids of this community and our student athletes of this community. So when presenting them with a plan, they trusted the administration's recommendations, and you know, move forward with the approval of this. And like I said, it's a state-of-the-art equipment, and the service point that Tom has with the folks working with his organization, his company, is you can make a call, and you know, the next day they're there doing something. Fixing what you need fixed, or if they're not there in a day, they give you a time, and I'll get there tomorrow, and they're there. So that's always been my experience with Tom and the folks he has working with him. And you know, when you have that kind of a relationship and you got that kind of service point, you're going to keep going back to the same person. So,
well, Dr. Cooper, I'd like to thank you this morning for your time, and really applaud you on what you've done here with these fitness center rooms in your school district. And kudos to you, to the rest of the administration, your faculty and staff, your coaches, and more than anything, it's going to be a great place for the kids of this district to become fit and conditioned and have a great regimen that they can use for the rest of their lives. So again, thank you for everything.
and thank you for your partnership, Tom.
You bet.